Prologue. A dream born in Silicon Valley in 2003, a 19-year-old Stanford University dropout named Elizabeth Holmes stood at the precipice of what seemed like a revolution in healthcare. Inspired by her childhood fascination with medicine and technology, Holmes envisioned a world where diagnosing diseases would be as simple and painless as a finger prick. With a single drop of blood, she claimed, her invention could run hundreds of tests, diagnosing conditions ranging from cholesterol levels to cancer markers almost instantly. Holmes founded Theranos, a name derived from the words therapy and diagnosis, to bring her vision to life. Armed with an intense belief in her mission, a black turtleneck reminiscent of her idol Steve Jobs, and an uncanny ability to charm investors, Holmes quickly became a Silicon Valley darling. By the mid-2010s, she was hailed as the world's youngest self-made billionaire, and her company was valued at an astonishing $9 billion. Yet, behind the glossy magazine covers and glowing media profiles lay a dark truth. Holmes' vision was built on a foundation of deception. Act 1. Building the myth. Holmes' charisma and unwavering confidence became her greatest assets. She surrounded herself with an impressive roster of supporters, including high-profile figures such as former U.S. Secretaries of State Henry Kissinger and George Shultz, who joined the Theranos board. The company's pitch was simple yet revolutionary. Using its proprietary device, the Edison machine, Theranos claimed it could conduct over 200 blood tests with just a finger prick's worth of blood. This promise captivated investors and potential partners. By 2014, Theranos had secured contracts with major pharmacy chains like Walgreens and Safeway, aiming to make its technology widely accessible. Media outlets celebrated Holmes as a trailblazer, a rare female leader in the male-dominated tech industry. She graced the covers of Forbes, Fortune, and Time, always clad in her signature black turtleneck, projecting an aura of invincibility. However, beneath the surface, cracks were already forming. Holmes' relentless drive to achieve her vision led her to cut corners and sidestep scientific rigor. Engineers and lab technicians at Theranos quietly raised concerns about the Edison machines, which often failed to produce accurate results. Instead of addressing these issues, Holmes and her second-in-command, Ramesh Sunny Balwani, imposed a culture of secrecy and intimidation. Act 2. Deception unveiled. As Theranos expanded, the pressure to deliver results intensified. Unable to make the Edison machines work as promised, Holmes and Balwani resorted to an elaborate deception. They began using commercial analyzers manufactured by companies like Siemens to conduct the blood tests, all while continuing to claim the results came from Theranos technology. This strategy allowed the company to meet deadlines and maintain its facade of innovation. In 2015, cracks in the Theranos narrative began to widen. A series of investigative reports by the Wall Street Journal, spearheaded by journalist John Carreiro, exposed alarming inconsistencies in the company's claims. Former employees, speaking on the condition of anonymity, revealed that the Edison machines were unreliable and incapable of performing the range of tests Theranos advertised. Holmes and Balwani responded with aggressive legal threats and public denials. Holmes appeared on television, asserting her innocence and doubling down on her claims. "This is what happens when you work to change things," she told CNBC. "First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then you change the world." But the evidence against Theranos was mounting. Whistleblowers, including Tyler Shultz, the grandson of board member George Shultz, came forward to share insider accounts of the company's practices. Federal agencies like the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, launched investigations, uncovering severe deficiencies in Theranos labs that posed immediate jeopardy to patient health. Act 3. The House of Cards collapses. In 2016, Theranos faced a cascade of legal and regulatory actions. CMS revoked the company's laboratory license, effectively halting its operations. Walgreens terminated its partnership, and investors began filing lawsuits, accusing Holmes of fraud. The company's valuation plummeted from $9 billion to near zero. By 2018, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, charged Holmes and Balwani with massive fraud. According to the SEC, they had raised over $700 million from investors by exaggerating the capabilities of their technology and falsifying test results. Holmes settled the charges without admitting wrongdoing, agreeing to pay a $500,000 fine and relinquishing her control of Theranos. That same year, the U.S. Department of Justice indicted Holmes and Balwani on multiple counts of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Prosecutors alleged that the duo had intentionally misled doctors, patients, and investors to maintain Theranos' image and secure funding. Act 4. A cautionary tale. Holmes' trial, which began in 2021, became a media spectacle. In court, she portrayed herself as a visionary whose intentions were noble but who had been let down by her team. She also claimed that Balwani, her former romantic partner, had exerted a controlling and abusive influence over her, affecting her judgment. Balwani, tried separately, denied these allegations. Despite her defense, the evidence was overwhelming. In January 2022, Holmes was convicted on 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy, facing up to 11 years in prison. Balwani was later found guilty on all counts in his trial. Theranos officially dissolved in 2018, but the fallout from its collapse reverberated far beyond Silicon Valley. The scandal raised critical questions about the culture of tech startups, where the mantra of "fake it till you make it" often blurs the line between optimism and fraud. It also highlighted the lack of oversight in the biotech sector and the dangers of prioritizing hype over science. Epilogue. Lessons learned. Elizabeth Holmes' story is one of ambition gone awry. Her rise and fall embody both the promise and peril of Silicon Valley's relentless pursuit of innovation. While her dream of democratizing healthcare was noble, her willingness to deceive investors and endanger patients tarnished her legacy and eroded trust in the tech and healthcare industries. The Theranos scandal serves as a cautionary tale for entrepreneurs, investors, and regulators alike. It underscores the importance of transparency, accountability, and ethical responsibility in an era where technological breakthroughs can have life or death consequences.